You gotta tell everybody, like, you gotta walk down the street, I'm transgender.
Mm.
The Love and Live Show, the truth, the real, the tell you how you feel. Alright. The Love and Live Show, the truth, the real, the tell you how you feel.
Welcome to the Love and Live Show. I'm Queen Lenora.
And I'm 𝒮𝑇.
And we are here with the relationship advice on your side.
When do you feel like is a good time to tell anyone that you're dating that you're trans?
In the beginning.
Put it simply.
Yeah.
And why do you feel this way?
I feel this way because I feel like people should have a heads up of what they're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
If you trick them, then it makes a person anger, and people do stupid stuff out of anger. And we already have such a bad rep of being mad at somebody, fighting transgenders and gay. But when you talk about transgender and stuff like that, people have the right to want to choose to be with you or not. Now, I know you might really like that person, but that person has to equally like you, and they might not could get over the trans thing. But if you trick them, I feel like even though I do not agree with it, I feel like that's where violence coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Upon. So I feel like it should be upfront. I'm transgender. Do you know what transgender means? Don't assume people know what it means. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They might be thinking it means one thing and it be a whole different thing. But I feel it's being honest. And I think with the honesty of that, you get a choice to, you'll know somebody is going to be able to handle you. Because you don't want anybody to ever be embarrassed of you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you be like, well, I just want him to realize he liked me first before I told him I was transgender. I mean, I get all that. But then at the end, if they're not comfortable with you, if they don't want to walk down the street with you, if you can't ever show, you can't be around your family and all this, because they don't want to, people to know that you're transgender, then you don't really want to be with that person, and you're not giving yourself the opportunity of real, true love. And you deserve true love. Everybody deserves true love, regardless if you agree with somebody's sexual relationship. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Well, whatever, their sexual orientation.
Whatever.
Everybody.
What you said was pretty correct. If you're going into a relationship or want to even start dating or anything like that, just be upfront, because being transparent will do you way better in the long run. Let them know upfront that you're trans. Let them know anything that you feel like they should know.
Yeah, like if you're pregnant.
When you're first dating.
Let that person know upfront.
Yeah, exactly. It really comes with
I'm
just
not
about
with
anything.
the baby daddy, or I got officially inseminated, or me and my best friend decided to do this. I didn't think I was gonna meet anybody. Be upfront. If you got diseases,
exactly. All these things should be communicated, because, like she said, when you have something like this, when something is an abnormality or uncommon, whether it be positive or negative, in any situation, if this is a surprise to this person, confusion usually, like she said, leads to anger. And there's too much violence and stuff when it comes to trans people. There's too much, gay community, trans community. There's too much violence in general. Yes. And the last thing you want is someone to find out what you identify as, and all of a sudden now you're getting, something physical is happening towards you, or something. It might even be words and stuff that are thrown at you because they find out after the fact. They could want to humiliate you because of this thing. There's so many things that you can save yourself from by just being transparent in the start. And like she said, it's not just a matter of being trans. It's a matter of, like she said, STDs. It's any type of thing like that where
anything you want to be
feel like
and be open.
People should know.
And the thing about it is so good nowadays, even though there's still a lot of people that are not on agreement with it, but there are a lot of people that now are accepting it.
Exactly.
So,
or might be willing to try it out, or might be able to really give you some time.
Trans, or they're open-minded to it to see where it's going to go. Or if you got a disease, they're ready to be cautious with it, to be in a relationship with you, and not like it was back in the day. Yeah. So
transparency.
Yeah. So being pregnant don't scare people like it used to. So all the stuff is there, but what I'm saying for you is walk in your boldness of who you are. So if you are transgender, walk in your boldness of it. Don't hide it or sugarcoat it. If that's what you are, be who you are.
Yeah, because you can't be humiliated about being trans and expect the other person that you're with to be, just so proud about it, or to
and you know
be
how it
unwavering
was
about it.
when people were talking about it, not liking
exactly.
you, and so you gotta understand that person has to,
especially growing up in
go
this time,
through that
everything.
being with you, even though they might not be into a man, but they're into you because they got a connection with you. So, but they might not want to deal with that. That was like when black and white people started dating. They wasn't all into it. Like a black man could date a white woman. That one clicked on a lot faster. But black women dating white men, they were being looked upon. Even by the black men that's dating a white woman, it was looked upon
as strange.
But you
now,
have to
all these
walk
things
in your boldness about it. Because if you walk bold and love yourself for who you are, then whoever's going to be with you is going to love you for who you are. Whether you have a disease, pregnancy, transgender, I don't know if there's any other things out there, but any of that. There's a lot. There's some people that just, want to have sex in front of people. The things should be talked about. No, I mean, you got to be bold, because if we sugarcoat everything and hide it and act like it's not there, that's when we get into these issues where people are getting attacked and abused and beaten.
It can manifest in so many different ways.
Yeah, and people, you could go where they shouldn't lay hands. I hate when people say that. You shouldn't lay hands on somebody. No matter what the case may be, you should not lay hands. When people are angry, I'm just going to be honest.
That's the last thing they worry about.
They're not worried about if they shouldn't lay hands on you. They're thinking about how dare you took advantage of me. Now I'm going to whoop your butt because you took advantage of me. But if you walk in your truth and then they stepped in and then they got the nerve to get mad if somebody said, that's a transgender. How dare you be a transgender?
Yeah, exactly.
Person, you been known I was a transgender. What the heck you talking about? So it's a different logic in there. And like I said, I know it's easier said
than done, most definitely, yeah.
But hey, it
can be that simple.
If that's what you are, that's what you got. Hey. And I'm not saying you got to tell everybody, like, you got to walk down the street, I'm transgender. I got a disease. I'm just saying, if you get in the process of dating somebody, that means you got to kiss. People kiss on the first date. People have sex on the first date. So those times, you need to tell them. You need to tell them, because they expected more at this moment, and you might normally give more, but you scared because, I got a disease. I'm pregnant. I'm transgender, and it's blocking you, and they have no clue. So they're all this time just thinking you withholding because, you're just that type of person where you just hold out. And you really are not that type of person to hold out. You just got this issue that you haven't told.
You're just not saying anything, And so now it makes it a whole big thing because it's been a build-up.
And then if you never tell, they come up with a disease. They come up and find out you're pregnant.
Because what's not said is way more damaging than what is. Because the unknown is always something crazy. You get people in their mind, they're like, why is this happening?
Exactly.
Oh, I've been wondering why she isn't doing this.
Exactly.
What is going? Maybe she has this. Maybe she's doing this. And it could be way worse than what your situation really is.
Exactly. So we don't want to do that. All three of those situations, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to end if you don't say anything in the beginning. And especially if you make the person wait. And they're thinking you're holding off because that's just the type of person you are. And then they find out you have a disease, or you never told them and they got the disease, and then they find out that you knew, or any of those things. And I'm not just talking about disease, I'm pregnant, because then you can say, well, it's not your baby. How do you know? I know
there's always so much adversity you're gonna face whether in these situations, in the lifestyle that you live, there's gonna be so many problems and stuff that come your way. That's just life in general. It doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, and this is just your struggle. This is something that you're gonna have to walk in. And as you know this, transparency is the best way to get about it.
Meet up in a safe space. Because you never know. There might be somebody out there that want to kick your butt because you are a transgender or something like that. So make sure you're in the same place where you're not alone with the person till you really know the person, that you know they don't care. And you just don't be alone. Because everybody ain't safe.
Exactly. And that's just in general.
That's with anybody.
It doesn't matter what you are.
You got to the transgender,
to that community.
Period. Always meet with several people. Don't go nowhere by yourself. Meet with several people, because your life is important, and people are evil and mean and everything.
Hateful.
So just don't take care of yourself, and at the same time.
I think that's a good word.
Is the way to end it?
Yeah, good way to end it. Yeah.
Okay, remember to love and live.
Each day,
As if
it were
your
last.
smooches.